coming down to the wire of the Verizon IndyCar Series Championship. We're here in Portland for the second to last race of the season, and the drama is off the charts. Scott Dixon's your championship leader, but Alexander Rossi, Will Power, and Joseph Newgarden are all within striking distance. Everyone's looking to make a move here in Portland, as in 2 weeks we'll be in Sonoma for the season finale, a race with double points at stake.
These 4 championship contenders have been battling all season long, all with 3 wins apiece. And now it comes down to the final 2 races of the season.
Now it's a drag race down the back. Oh, they hit!
You can't paint a target on one person's back because there's too many people that are good. There's not one person that everybody's chasing, even with us being the defending champs. I don't think everyone looks at us and thinks, that's the one crew that we've got to target.
And that's what makes it, so tough to win a championship in the Verizon IndyCar Series. It's just that, it's short track ovals, super speedways, road courses, street courses.
You lose a lot more than you win, and so you got to be able to deal with that and learn from those mistakes that you're inevitably going to make, and those days where guys simply outperform you, and not get emotional about it. Just be like, okay, this is what happened, shut it down, and go to the next one.
Joseph Newgarden is the 2017 Verizon IndyCar Series champion.
Joseph is a huge talent, as we all know. To see him come in and snatch a championship with Penske, and especially against his teammates. They're the best in the business.
Big move on the outside. Reigning series champion takes the lead and takes off.
That was team effort. Good job, bud.
Okay.
He's a confident guy. Very fast, able to pull off, numerous moves that, sometimes you just don't think are possible.
We got to run.
Oh, this is the move. This is the Newgarden move.
That's the move.
He did that to Will Power last year. Genius.
He's probably the one guy I want to beat the most kind of every session, just because we're both the young American in the series, and we're both fighting for race wins, and he has a championship, I have a 500. I have so much respect for the kid. He's someone, again, that's very hard to beat week in and week out.
This is fun. Winner, winner. Good job, buddy. Nice one, boys. Dominant, always.
To be honest, Alex has really stepped up this year too. In many cases, he's been the fastest out of that team as a whole, throughout the season, and even days where the team feels like, they possibly had not really the car or the way to do it. They've been able to branch out as a group, try the different strategy and make it work.
Dixon, has he got it? Rossi's hanging tough. He hangs on to it. Terrific racing.
You're the man. Great job. You boys, beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Rossi's a very good racer, and obviously he had a very strong season. But I think he understands the risk-reward right now. If he was to finish in the top 3 and Dixon was to have a DNF or anything go wrong, I mean, he's on him or maybe he's over him, so he's a calculating guy.
Rossi wins in Pocono, his 3rd win on the season.
It shows that, Alex is definitely up for the challenge. He's very talented, very fast, but, very diverse too, which I think in the IndyCar Series is a big deal.
Power hits the curb and he gets around Robert Wickens. And in turn number 3, they nearly touch.
Whoa, good job, boys. Good man, Power.
Will's super strong, a guy I've definitely admired for all the years I've been racing against him, and we've had some strong battles and some strong championships, and to see him win the 500 this year was really cool.
The thing about Will is he is hands down the fastest driver. I think the amount of poles he's had speaks volumes, and while you can have things not go your way and you can have bad days and incidents or mechanicals or whatever, if you're fast, there's the old saying, the cream always rises to the top, right? So it makes your life a lot easier when you know you have the pace week in and week out.
Newgarden's in the wall!
Hit the wall hard.
Yeah, there we go, boys.
Racing against Scott is amazing and frustrating all at the same time, because you are racing against a living legend. You're racing against the best IndyCar driver of our generation, bar none. We all as IndyCar drivers try and emulate him. He's just good across the board, so all of us kind of look to him as the benchmark. So the days where you're able to beat him is a pretty cool day.
Scott Dixon takes the lead of this championship.
He's probably not going to have a bad day. Even if he qualifies 15th or 12th, he's probably going to find a way to finish 5th or 4th.
He's just had a straight line year. If you're looking at results, very solid, and he's won 3 races, putting a championship together, and that's the case this year. He hasn't had a bad day, and maybe he won't.
What a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. It's Go Fast Day, qualifying for the Verizon IndyCar Series race here in Portland.
Disaster for Scott Dixon. He's almost 2/10 off the transfer position. Dixon will start 11th.
Oh boy.
We can't mope about where we're starting. We've just got to put our head down. We've got to put in the hard work, and hopefully we can rebound tomorrow, get the maximum amount of points out of it, stop the bleeding if there's some bleeding. But ultimately, we're a team that can swing it too. We can win from 11. If there's any opportunity out there, we'll definitely take it.
Power goes P1, 57.5.
10 seconds remain, that's all.
What will Alexander Rossi have as he crosses the line, goes quicker but cannot touch Will Power? Joseph Newgarden goes P2.
And Will Power has career pole number 54. He is second all time.
Nice work, pole sitter. Yeah, should have win the buddy, thanks. Nice job, man. P2 for the day. Rossi was third at a 7.4. Bourdais, Ray.
We knew we had to be on pole here. We know we have to win the race, simply to have a shot at Sonoma. So very determined, and you know how this thing goes. We'll do our absolute best to try win the race tomorrow, but we're starting in the best spot.
We need to win, simply. If we don't win, you're going into Sonoma with not a very good shot.
If you look at us in the number 1 car, we've got to win Portland, we got to win Sonoma. If we want to win the championship, that's kind of a given at this point, that you've got to win both races.
Scott starting 11th absolutely does not relieve any pressure. The only consolation is maybe he doesn't have a very good race car, which is good for us, but the thing is, it's Scott Dixon, so he'll for sure be in the top 5, I bet, by the end of the race. I think he could start last and still be a factor in the end, which is why he's won 4 championships and why he's so difficult to beat.
IndyCar racing is back in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh no, Dixon, that's no good.
We couldn't ask for a better day. It is beautiful here in the Pacific Northwest, and that is what the championship contenders are racing for, the magnificent Astor Cup. Alexander Rossi's trying to put his name on there for the first time, for Will Power the second time. Scott Dixon is trying to put his name on the Astor Cup for a record 5th time.
We got to go, man. That's definitely not the ideal position. We kind of missed it there in qualifying as far as track position. We had a car come out, we kind of got off sequence, and by the time I tried to get after it, the front tires were just gone. But I think everybody's really worried about turn 1.
But we're starting towards the front and ahead of Scott, so hopefully we'll be out of kind of the danger, risky zone going into turn 1.
The big thing is getting through the start. That's sort of where the biggest opportunity to make a mistake is, or get caught up in something. I think if we can get cleanly through that, then both of us are just going to try and run hard and fast today.
Have to finish ahead of Rossi and Dixon, and really need to win. Really do. Like, that would give us a good shot at Sonoma.
Be ready. Be ready. Green.
Will Power on the pole, championship contender and challenger Joseph Newgarden on the outside. IndyCar racing is back in the Pacific Northwest. Great start, Alexander Rossi. He's already up to second. Here comes Hunter Ray in the yellow car. So the Andretti boys are trying to get through. Will everybody get through is the question to be answered.
What a jump by Power. Pagano having trouble in the back. Guys are bailing through the chicane. Where will they come out?
Oh, no!
Dixon. That's no good. Dixon's in the middle of that. Car upside down. Andretti, I think.
Oh, no.
Keep going here. Keep going. Dixon's in this mess.
Dixon kept his car running. He's now got it in reverse, trying to get it going. I don't know if he can squeeze between those two.
Graham Rahal is the other car.
There he goes.
Dixon's going.
He won't lose a lap. What a man he is.
We're going to do a normal stop here. We'll probably go to black tires here and put fuel in the car.
I thought it was pretty bad. I couldn't see anything. Once I got off in the dirt, it was just, dust everywhere. And then I kept getting hit, and I'm like, oh God, this is not going to be good. Surely the car's going to be in a bit of trouble. But kind of the dust cleared, sort of car was still running, selective reverse, had enough room to back out, and then once the truck moved, I was able to pull away.
I got a weird neutral. I wouldn't go into first, I had to go emergency shift.
If you look at the points as they run right now, there would be a new championship leader. Dixon is running back in 20th position.
Dixon's not out of this till the checkered flag drops. Oh, no, with Power.
I've got shifting issues. Is there anything I can do?
Just don't use first, just use second.
Yeah, copy, that's what I'm doing.
I think on the warm-up lap, something happened to the gearbox. It jumped to neutral. I went to emergency mode, and made it go into gear and thought, okay, on the restart, bang, pops into neutral again. Everyone behind me went past.
Updating you, Scott Dixon is running 18th. Will Power back to speed. He's running at 11th. Meanwhile, up the front of the pack, Alexander Rossi boasts a 3.5-second lead for Andretti Autosport. At the moment, they're all chasing, as it stands right now, the new championship leader.
Plus 3.7. You're still gapping the field. Look after your tires.
There is no other driver carrying the hottest form into this second to last race like Rossi. 2 wins and a podium, 3 in a row. And I mean, his momentum right now, he is in the sweetest spot of his career.
That number's good by 2/10.
Scott Dixon just clicks them off 1 position at a time.
That's exactly the number we need now, that number on your dash.
When you look at guys like Bourdais and Dixon right here that had damage, they're already back up into the top 10. Dixon right now running 6th, and he was last.
Whoa, look at this move from Joseph Newgarden.
Toward the end here, just keep working on the spacing now.
He needs a yellow. I tell you what, he's going to have to pit and lose another 25 seconds to Rossi. He'll fall deep down in the field again.
His strategy right now, though, he's back in the points lead by 11 points. So do not count Scott Dixon out ever.
This is the race leader at the moment.
In this time. Do you think I'll be able to take off in second gear? We'll try to push you, and you can try first. We'll see what you got. Cannot use first, it just immediately pops out, so I'll have to use second. Emergency mode on, you're going to leave it in second gear with a clutch in.
They're going to they're having a little bit of problem at the rear. And that burned out nicely in second gear.
So Alexander Rossi resumes the lead of this.
Emergency mode off, good stop.
That was it. They were in emergency mode. So very smart by Team Penske, recognizing all the issues he would face.
Here's Dixon pitted on lap 4, as you heard Townsend saying it's time to come in again. Here is Dixon.
They're known as the Wolfpack, going to work here on this number 9, and they too will make sure this thing is packed full of fuel. And that's a quick stop nonetheless. 7.2 that time for Scott Dixon.
And it flip-flops now. Dixon is now second in the points, 17 points behind Rossi.
Race control says a pit road speed violation. The number 9 must serve a drive-through penalty.
Way.
Scott, we were speeding at pit exit, 50.3. We've got to do a drive-through here.
Meanwhile, Joseph Newgarden continues his charge, and the Silver Bullet rolls into second place ahead of Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Newgarden told us yesterday, he said, I think I've got a great car. His Will Power is off.
Will Power in the tires.
I made a mistake trying to keep least behind, and then the gearbox completely went.
I don't think I have any gears. All right, 10-4.
Once you get out there and you're offline, you're basically in hang-on mode the whole way.
The dramas continue for the poleman and championship hopeful, but today there's a big dent being put in Will Power's hopes. Green, green, green is the call. It's Rossi and Newgarden and Ryan Hunter-Reay, 3 championship hopefuls. Here we go.
That yellow has negated Rossi's comfortable lead he had, and now it's a black tire to red tire battle.
Joseph has been great here under brakes for the lead. Joseph Newgarden late on the brakes, straight to the lead. A little further back, 11th and 12th, and the way the points run now, this man has regained the top spot after Joseph Newgarden rocketed the Silver Bullet into the lead of this race, fast approaching halfway.
Full course yellow back in turn 11.
Third caution of the day, and it obviously involves Zach Beach.
Yeah, look at that floor. He's gone off at the same place where Will Power went off at the last corner.
We'll stay on the racetrack now. Stay on the racetrack.
I'll tell you what, this yellow really helps Takuma Sato, Bourdais, Dixon, and Piggott. They stay out. Hunter-Reay stays out. That's a surprise.
For Joseph Newgarden, he is pitting from the lead because they committed early to a 3-stop strategy. Those who stayed out on the course are those who now have committed to the 2-stop. We watch to see who wins this drag off of pit road. Newgarden launches first, and there's a delay for Rossi, and it'll be neck and neck with Jordan King.
Dixon now up to 4th, and now he's got a 42-point lead again. But this could be disaster for Rossi. He's back in 17th.
I know it's impossible to say, but on the scale of 1 to 10, how desperate is the situation?
It's about a 9. We're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and pass cars now.
guys, back to racing in Portland. Dixon could come away today with a podium. Who would believe that?
Think about where we are in the points. We thought Rossi was having the perfect day. Now, if he finishes in 17th, he would come out 42 points behind Scott Dixon.
Chilton and Kanaan are on the same strategy. Everybody else is saving in front of you.
What's to come for the man in the Verizon #1, trying to defend the one. Points as they run. Joseph Newgarden would be some 93 back in 4th place. Here is the miracle on dirt. Scott Dixon, series leader, and is keeping himself in with a shot of a 5th championship bid. Here he comes with his last stop. Every single driver fears this guy for his survival abilities. You never count Scott Dixon or Chip Ganassi racing out.
He's got a set of sticker red, the softer, faster Firestones, and they think those will last the full stint. Front wing adjustment. Shouldn't have to save that much fuel. Dix can race the rest of the way. Hunter Ray is easily going to beat him back out.
Santino Ferrucci is looking down. You can see his helmet staring at the steering wheel. Where is the power?
Pit, 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 pit. Everybody's going to come here, Scott. They think it's going to be yellow. Let's go.
It's the insurance policy. You do not want to be on track when the yellow comes out.
Oh! Stop, but nearly clips Simon Pagenaud as Pagenaud is exiting. A near miss for one of the championship contenders.
There it is. They gave everybody a chance to pit before they threw that, and it didn't throw the championship upside down.
We're in position 5, but Chilton leading is going to have to stop.
I think it's pretty clear at this point, right? Everyone except for Chilton can make it to the end, and unfortunately for us, a couple of yellows have fallen at the wrong time.
Let's go racing in Portland.
And everybody on sticky Firestone Red's going to bring it all right here in turn 1.
Look further back. Rossi's working on Newgarden. The yellow and blue car. Keep an eye on Rossi.
Sato is saving fuel to make it to the end, and Pigot's got a big run.
Outside of Scott Dixon, you're not going to do it, or are you? Yes, he does! What a move, Spencer Pigot on Scott Dixon.
Championship now is 32 points.
Wheel 1, we're taking Abel.
Rossi and Newgarden both are on the button. There you see the one, the Verizon car. Here comes Rossi.
He's been there, he's got it. Easy pass.
New race leader. The MyJack Honda of Takuma Sato leads, and here comes Bourdais.
Alexander Rossi has Scott Dixon in his sights. Right now, championship points, 29 points to the favor of Scott Dixon. At one point, Rossi was up 40 points on Dixon until that untimely yellow came out.
An incredible storybook day for this man here, Scott Dixon, one of the most successful IndyCar drivers in the history of the sport. There is a 5th championship awaiting him in 2 weeks' time. If he can nurse this result home, he'll head to California with a 29-point championship lead. He's an Indy 500 winner. He's now a Portland winner. Takuma Sato wins on IndyCar's return to the Northwest. Perhaps shadowing everything is Scott Dixon in 5th and will leave with the championship lead.
This guy is just a warrior. He never gives up. You can never count him out, and that right there is a championship winning drive.
It appears to be a 2-man race. Dixon up 29 points over Rossi. Will Power and Joseph Newgarden both 87 points back now. It's a tough road ahead for both of them in Sonoma, but remember, in California, double points on the line and anything can happen.
How about that? Phenomenal effort from Takuma Sato, the Japanese driver. Perhaps shadowing everything is Scott Dixon in 5th and will leave with the championship lead.
My head is still spinning from what went on today. This was the most wild, topsy-turvy race that I think I've ever seen.
It had everything.
It's weird. I think with Dixon, it's almost better to wreck in the beginning of the race and then have a speeding penalty, and then you'll finish in the top 5. It's very odd logic.
Yeah, we're out of the game. We honestly can't really win it, but yeah, just unfortunate with the speed we've had this year. We just need a smooth run, and we just didn't get it.
You know, we'll just go try and win the season finale and, you know, do what we can, but you know, obviously it's going to be an uphill climb. I don't think we have much opportunity now to win the championship.
This guy is just a warrior. He never gives up. You could never count him out, and that right there is a championship-winning drive.
To come back from a crash in turn 3, almost got a lap down, then get a pit speed penalty, and to come out with 5th place and ahead of our 2 closest competitors is a pretty big day. It's crazy, for us, I think for the team, it just shows their never give up, attitude. But today, honestly, man, it was better to be lucky than good.
Dixon, he never has a bad day. And once again, Rossi is just going to be just puzzled and frustrated, and Rossi did nothing wrong.
I mean, he's won 4 championships, and he's the most successful IndyCar driver of our generation for a reason, so can't take anything away from what he does and what his team does. When you look at what could have been today, it's pretty disappointing. So it's the way it goes. It's the way IndyCar racing is sometimes. I mean, we had a very fast car. We did what we needed to do. We led the most laps. Just was one of those things. I guess it wasn't meant to be.
We know the competition is really strong. We know that Penske, both the 1 and the 12, are going to be very, very strong at Sonoma. We know Andretti are going to be strong there. Everybody's testing there.
We'll go into Sonoma the same way we've done all year, and take each day at a time and try and build a fast race car and go out and try and put it on pole and go win the race. That's all you can do.
We just got to work hard, put in all the effort that we can, and hope that we can be on this side of the points.
This is why you got to watch IndyCar. You never know what's going to happen. It's up and down all over the place, and this championship now goes down to the wire.
Now I'm just left looking at this points table here and trying to figure out what the different scenarios are for Sonoma, because with 29-point advantage, that may sound comfortable, but it's not when you think about Sonoma being a double points weekend. It's going to be big, big, big pressure coming into Sonoma.
We'll be back with Verizon IndyCar Series Racing from Sonoma Raceway to decide and see whether Scott Dixon can clinch a 5th IndyCar title.